Yeah, so I'm going to present introduction to soft skills to team A. So we know like most of the graduates and undergraduates join the programs for employment. There are very few students, maybe 20 or 25%, they might run their own businesses after completion of their graduation or undergraduation. But most of the students take up any professional course or the program to take up the job immediately after their program. So what makes them employable, or what makes us employable? So there are four categories which we are going to discuss, but I am going to discuss only one category in detail. So first one is core academic competencies, which we can develop through our K-12 education, like numeracy, literacy, English language proficiency. So these are the competencies which can be developed during K-12 education. Then second category is occupational competencies. Now these are the competencies which we develop when we do particular program. For example, if you are going to specialize in say management, so you take up some specialization like marketing, operations, finance, HR, and you develop your occupational competencies. Then third one is personal and social capabilities. Now these personal and social capabilities are nothing but soft skills. They are also called as transferable skills as well as 21st century skills. And last but not the least, career knowledge and transition skills. Now you have got hard skills in the form of core academic competencies and occupational competencies with soft skills like personal and social capabilities. Now once we have these hard skills and soft skills, now you need to perform in the interview. So you need to be good at say resume writing, cover letter writing, then you have got OG, you have got personal interview, then group discussion. So there are number of things which come under employment communication. So all these four categories are very much required to make someone employable. But today what we are going to discuss is soft skills, which are also called as transferable skills or 21st century skills. So since we have very limited time, so let me just take you through some of the major soft skills. Like we have got positive attitude, empathy, negotiation skills, intercultural competence, critical thinking, working under pressure, assertiveness, collaboration, then flexibility and adaptability, then interpersonal skills, problem solving, conflict resolution, decision making, being responsible, then time management, then ethics, conflict resolution, time management, creativity, self motivation, courtesy, professionalism, self management, adaptability. So these are some of the major say soft skills. Apart from this, we have got these days we are talking about social responsibility, then well being. So these are some of the major soft skills. Now let me take you through only two definitions or meaning of soft skills. So personal attributes that enable someone to interact effectively and harmoniously. So basically it's all about you. Actually it is our personal ability to interact with others and get things done. It is our ability to work with others and achieve common organization goals, because all the organizations want their employees to work in a team, because if we work in a team we contribute more, and finally they want business, so we get business if we contribute in a team. So these are a couple of definitions or meaning of soft skills. Now what is most important is why should pay more attention to soft skills. Though we have got our hard skills in the form of our core courses, okay, someone is specializing in say finance or science or arts or commerce, okay, there are many streams, so people do specialization, but only hard skills are not sufficient. So why do we need to develop soft skills? So I'll take you through couple of surveys or reports over here. So the first study from Boston, Harvard University is soft skills training like communication and problem solving boosts productivity and retention by 12%, and it delivers a 250% return on investment. So this is one of the studies. Then second one is according to Deloitte 2016 Global Human Capital Trends Report. So again soft skills help, or they are important to fostering employee retention, improving leadership, and building a meaningful culture, I mean work culture. Then 92% of Deloitte respondents rated soft skills as a critical priority. So almost all the respondents, like if you look at the people or the profile from Deloitte, so they are hardcore people. I mean, sometimes they are hardcore in say finance or operations or HR, rest of the domain knowledges, right? So this is why, I mean, we need to pay more attention to soft skills. And last but not least, I mean, this is the last survey, skill survey. 77% of employees believe that soft skills are as important as hard ones. Sometimes we think that if we score 10 on 10 in our respective say programs, so that would do, but that is not the case. I mean, as we give more importance to soft skills, sorry, hard skills, we need to give equal importance to soft skills too. Then 67% of the HR managers will hire candidates with strong soft skills even if their hard skills are weak. So they are ready to, almost 70% of the HR managers are ready to compromise even if the candidates are weak in hard skills or the domain knowledge. But what is most important for them is soft skills. Then again, 43% of HR managers cite cultural fit as the single most determining factor. So we have discussed some time back, intercultural competence is equally important in soft skills. And finally, 46% of new hires fail in the first 18 months, usually due to lack of soft skills. So I mean, I have shared these couple of slides so that we understand, I mean, what is the importance, what is the role of soft skills in corporate or at workplaces. Now today what I am going to do is I am going to just discuss 4 C's in soft skills, which are communication and collaboration, creativity and critical thinking. So it might take a couple of minutes, that's it, maybe 2 minutes. So communication, yes, so we need to be good at listening, speaking, reading, writing, and most importantly non-verbal communication too. As we are aware that as per Mehrabian model, so 55% 55% is contributed by body language, the way we use our facial expressions, eye contact, gestures, posture. So it's all about kinesics or body movement, so that contributes to 55%. Now if when it comes to vocalics or paralanguage or paralinguistic, it contributes to 38%. So if you include 55 plus 38, so total non-verbal communication element is 93, and we use only 7% of words. Okay, so that is the importance of non-verbal communication. So we cannot simply ignore the importance of non-verbal communication, which includes facial expression, gestures, posture, kinesics, eye contact. Then there are many elements in non-verbal communication. So again, we can have separate presentation on non-verbal communication. Then next one is collaboration. So actually these two elements go hand in hand. Okay, because whenever you are supposed to collaborate, then you need to communicate well, right? You need to listen to people, you need to say something, you need to go through number of reports, you need to share some written messages, right? So basically it is an ability to work with other towards shared goals. So basically everyone works towards common organization goals. So we need to get along with each other, we need to work in a team, we need to share what we have, and we need to learn from others. So that is what we do in collaboration. Then last two C's are creativity and critical thinking. Now as far as creativity is concerned, so if you are unconscious and if you keep your mind open, then you get number of ideas. But once you feel very conscious, then you stop thinking. So in order to come up with number of perspectives or solutions or ideas to one thing, then you need to be unconscious and you need to think naturally. Yes, so thinking flexibly to generate new ideas, solutions to the problems, and it can produce various interpretation of and responses to issues, topics or challenges. And if you look at critical thinking, so critical thinking is immediate partner to creativity. So what do we do in critical thinking is we look at the things differently. We look at the things with different perspectives. So we do not have only one idea or one solution. We come up with number of solutions. Then when is possible? If we are creative, if we are critical about it. So these are I mean 4 C's. Okay, finally, if you have any question, you can ask me. So again, we do not have time. So I am going to stop my presentation over here, and I'll take you through my Quizlet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the link in the chat box, so you can directly click onto that link and you can participate in live game. So just give me few seconds so that I can share that link.
Excellent presentation, Mushtaq. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I
So
see you got your sources from Pearson, so that's
yeah,
interesting too that you
Pierce,
added that.
yeah. Okay, so how do I just 1 minute live. Okay, so how do you want to play, in team or individuals? I think we are only 4, so we shall play individual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we shall go with individual. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, select individual. Okay, here is the link. Where is chat box? Where is chat box? Yeah. Yes, here is the link. No, it will take you to live game directly. Just click on to the link. Okay, Lolly, Pat, Nest, Marina, Mohammed, would you like to participate? Okay, okay, fine, fine. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we shall start now. Okay, create game with 4 players. And here we go, start game. Oh, Pat, you won. Congratulations, Pat.
I'm sorry I'm this late, but congrats.
Okay, so how did you find the questions? Were they easy? Okay, so let me